Good morning, my name is Lauren. Lose It Like Lauren here on YouTube. Today we're going to talk about ways to be kinder to our bodies. This may scare you, this may freak you out. You may think, oh my god, I do this, I do this, I do that, or you might even not realise the things we are also programmed to do are somewhat keeping us feeling negative towards. That did not make sense, but we do so many things as women that we are just brainwashed into doing without realizing whether it's what we want to do or whether we actually agree with it. You know, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I'm not gonna give any spoilers away. Firstly, have you got your hydration? Hydration! If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome to the madness. This is water, also known as hydration, because we know that this is an important factor of life. We're going to start with something I saw on Instagram the other day, and it was a simple quote that said, have you taken a deep breath today? And I can remember thinking, oh, no, I haven't, because we're all so busy. Do we even think about our breaths? No, we don't. So we're just going to take a second and we're just going to do a deep breath. Simple as that. And also, wait, hold it for a couple of seconds as well. I can do another one. I feel a bit more aerated, like a good wine. What? There's a video going around called Be a Lady, they said, and it just shows about the amount of pressure that women are put under every single freaking day. This is a few seconds in, but I just kind of want to give you a little snippet of it.
Be a lady, they said. Don't be too fat, don't be too thin. Eat up, slim down. Stop eating so much. Order a salad. Don't eat carbs, skip dessert. Go on a diet. God, you look like a skeleton. Why don't you just eat? You look emaciated, you look sick. Men like women with some meat on their bones. Be a size 0. Be a 00. Be nothing. Be less than nothing.
Oh, hello. I want to start by saying that the way you feel about your body, your size, your whatever it is, the way you feel about yourself is not your fault. We have been brainwashed over years and years, even from such a young age. We're taught that, you know, we should be something different. We should be skinnier, we should be a different height, we should be a different race, we should have different hair, we should have different, like that we are as we are right now is not enough. And that is the thing that we have been sold our whole lives, so that companies can sell us things to make us perfect. Diet culture, that, you know, slim fast can make us slim, Weight Watchers can save our lives, getting this, getting that, buying a new outfit, buying new clothes can make us better, getting a haircut can make us prettier. Everything we have been told is a step away from telling us that we are not okay as we are. Simple as that. So it's okay to feel completely lost and helpless when it comes to having a positive relationship with your body, which is why with this whole body positivity, it can feel like it's not for us and it's not meant to be reachable or be achievable, because how the hell can we suddenly start undoing all of these mindsets that we've been ingrained with since pretty much since birth? I bet we can all remember a time from our childhood, young childhood, where we felt that our appearance, whether it be weight, you know, skin colour, physical appearance, anything, was commented on. And I bet you we all have something that we can immediately link back to. So number one, our bodies are so intelligent, and if we listen to them, they can tell us what they need. Our bodies tell us if we're hungry, they tell us if we're satisfied, they tell us if we're thirsty, they tell us if we need a rest, they tell us if we need to be active, they tell us all these things. And due to diet culture, society, pressure, fear, shame, guilt, we ignore our body's signals because we've been taught to, oh, you know, if you're hungry you shouldn't eat. Or for instance, I'm too big to go to the gym, or all these things, or all these fears and ridiculous things we have in our mind have come from somewhere, from an experience, from whatever. Even with that phrase, have you taken a deep breath today? Since I read it, I've been thinking about it a few times a day since I read it, and I'm like, okay, that's my brain being like, freaking breathe. Just take a moment for yourself and just be like, okay, pause, just a pause. Obviously, we all live in such a rat race of a life that it's really difficult to just sometimes step back and pause and just be like, right, what am I needing today? Am I needing some me time? Am I needing a salad? Am I like food, for instance? What do I, like, this is the whole intuitive eating, intuitive movement thing. My body knows what it wants. And a lot of people fear with intuitive eating that, oh, well, if I can eat what I want all the time, then I'm not just gonna eat chocolate non-stop. I'm just gonna eat pizza non-stop. And at the beginning, you might go a little bit, you know, oh, I can eat whatever I want all the time, but it levels out, and all of a sudden, because you realize you can have all these foods whenever you want them, they become the power, they have less power, because it's like, well, whereas when we're like restricting, we're like, oh my God, like for instance, my best friend's given up chocolate for Lent. What can she not stop thinking about? Me, no, chocolate. Our bodies are very intelligent. Our bodies are an instrument. They are not an ornament to be looked at and to be judged. They are an instrument and a machine to get you through life. They keep us alive every day. I mean, think about how many things your body does without you even knowing it a day. It's insane. So, number one, listen, pay attention. Your body, you, deserve love, deserve respect, no matter what size you are, no matter your ability, no matter your race, no matter what you come as a package, as a human, you deserve love and you deserve respect. And that is what the body positivity movement is about. It's not about loving yourself. It's about respect for everybody, and there's no wrong way to have a body. Number two is clothes and other things, which I'm going to get to. Clothes can make or break a day, can't they? How many times have you gone on to put an outfit and it doesn't look right, or it doesn't this, or it doesn't that, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't fit how it used to, or whatever that may be. Today, I've been like, well, what do I fancy wearing? I kind of fancied wearing something quite nice in this video, but I was like, you know what, no, I fancy something soft, I fancy something comfortable. So I've worn my massive jumper and I've got my slippers on and my comfy trousers, and I'm just like, oh, it feels so comfortable on my body. Nothing's digging in, nothing's tight, nothing's restricting me and making me feel conscious that, you know, it's about to break, or it's about to, you know, it's digging in, it's hurting. My body feels like a kind choice to my body. And there are so many ways in which we hurt our bodies every day. Like, for instance, wearing high heels every day. It's generally a pressure for women to wear heels. I mean, this is why I love becoming part lesbian, because I remember my mum once years ago said, you can tell a lesbian because they're in comfortable shoes. And I was like, that's such a weird phrase. Like, where have you ever learned that from? It's just such an awful phrase. Actually, no, I think it was my mum's friend. My mum's friend said that to my mum, and my mum was in comfortable shoes, so Mum. I want to point out that if these things make you feel sexy, make you feel confident, make you feel like the best form of you, then by all means, do whatever you want. This is about us getting to know who we are. I had a thought the other day that was like, because my ultimate dream since I was since I was a child, was to be skinny, was to be thin, because that was the ultimate. And I've realized recently that actually I haven't really ever made myself have any other goals than that. Yes, I've kind of wanted to be successful and, you know, earn a good wage and do these things, but I haven't ever thought about what I want to do, or whether I wanted a family, or whether I wanted this, or whether I wanted where I wanted to live in the world, because my main focus has been to shrink my body. And if you think about that, that's incredibly sad. Like, a lot, how many of us waste our lives just wanting to weigh smaller? I got a comment on last week's video from somebody who said that she'd lost her mum, and I think it was a sister and a friend. They'd all passed away, and they had all been constantly worrying about their weight, and it's just such a waste of our lives. We have all been brainwashed into believing that we need to be physically appealing to others all of the time. So we need to force our curves into Spanx so that we can't breathe. But you know what? It's going to make our outline more flattering. It's going to make us more appealing to others, because it's going to squish our fat and our skin and our lovely softness into a packet, like a packet sausage, just to look better Do you know how much freedom there is when you just wear a dress or something and you can feel yourself feeling free underneath it? That might make some of you be like, oh God, I could never, because we're so used to this hoikedness, aren't we? Even for me, like right now, I'm wearing a bra. You don't even need to wear a bra. Yes, I've got massive boobs, but like sometimes I go out without a bra on and it's so freeing. We're so taught that we've got to, you know, oh no, we've always got to wear certain things and we've got to, this is just such a big video. I feel like I can't cover it all in one take. Oh my God. Have a look at your day-to-day regime of what you wear. Do you wear heels? Do you like wearing heels? Do you wear Spanx or control underwear? Do you like wearing it? Do you wear a bra? Hey. What do you do? Like, just think about your daily routines or your, you know, whatever it is. And even to do with like personal care, like body hair. Do you shave your legs? Do you shave your armpits? And if you do, is it because we've just been taught to and we've been conditioned that women should be hairless and women should be appealing and sexual and all these things all the time? My friend Seabrook, Stephanie with an F, said, Seabrook715, she has been growing her armpit hair out a few months. Yeah, it's a few months. Anyway, to make a point about it, she dyed it pink and purple and posted a picture about it, and she lost about 200 followers because we're just not used to looking at female body hair, which is insane. If a man puts his arm up and you see hair, you don't think anything of it. If anything, if you see a man that shaved his hair, it's like, ooh, gay, or ooh, you know, he might be an athlete, but still, what are the reasons for him doing that? Whereas a woman, if you see a hairy armpit, I remember years ago, there's a musician called Peaches, and she's a hairy woman, and I remember seeing her armpit and I was absolutely disgusted. I mean, this was about 10 years ago, to be fair, but I was absolutely disgusted because I was like, how can she let herself go? How can she do that? How can she be so disgusting? And how she can, we all have body hair, and think about also how much time it takes to shave and how much time, I mean, I'm not saying if you want to be hairless, it's absolutely fine. I sometimes am, sometimes not, can't be bothered, sometimes whatever. I never really shave my legs because number one, my hair is blonde on my legs, and number two, can't be arsed. All that bending down. I've only got a shower. I'm out of breath talking, so it's not gonna happen. But that's what's right for me. As I said earlier, we are all so conditioned to just do these things as women. Is it what we want to do, or is it just because we're brainwashed into thinking that's the only thing to do? It is not your job as a woman to be appealing to men or be appealing to anyone other than yourself. Are you comfortable in your own skin? Like, take this time to like assess yourself, maybe write things down, think, right, okay, well, in the mornings I normally get up and I'll shave my armpits in the shower, and then I'll put on even makeup. Oh God, there's so many layers to this friggin' thing. Are you happy wearing makeup? It's such a normal thing to have to wear makeup, in my opinion. When I was a receptionist, I remember one day not wearing makeup for some reason. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna let my skin breathe. I'm just gonna go in. And everyone was like, oh my God, are you ill? Are you okay? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, no, this is just my face. But think about all the things we buy, like makeup. Sorry, as you can you see that I'm like computing this as I'm speaking it? You know, think about how much we spend on makeup, on razors, on Spanx, on tights, on all these things. And is it necessary for you? That's all I'm saying. Because, like, for instance, if you're going on a night out and you're gonna pull whatever, ladies, am I right? Anyway, how many times have I spoken to my girlfriends and they're like, oh, hot date tonight, I've got to spend an extra hour to shave everything, and it's just like, oh my God. It's just how many hours of our lives have we wasted, have we used making ourselves appear, you know, this certain way? And don't get me wrong, some people might be like, well, I couldn't imagine. But then sometimes we feel like if we aren't that version of women that society projects as being like the ultimate, are we going to be attractive? If we were to get in a close-off situation with somebody, are they going to be like, oh my God, you're hairy? Well, screw them. If they are, absolutely screw them. Your own body is your own, you know, your own prerogative, and you can do whatever the hell you want with it. And if somebody isn't comfortable with what you want to do with your body, then they can do one, because they're obviously not right for you. That was a massive tangent, blimey. Let's quickly talk about the word flattering. What does flattering mean? There are very few things in this world that can make someone feel as bad about their reflection as a clothing store fitting room can. The fluorescent lighting, the 5-way mirrors that show your body at every single angle, and the pressure of what size to try on. The sales assistant waiting to ask you, "Any good?" as you leave. Most of the time we end up feeling like the clothes were fine, but it's our bodies that weren't any good. If something doesn't fit, it's not the fault of the fabric, it's our fault. How many crash diets have been embarked on after a zip won't close in one of those rooms? How many times have we left in near tears and torn ourselves to pieces on the way home? Some of us have felt the fitting room shame so often that we just stop going. It's easier to grab something safe and stretchy and hope for the best. Story of my life. Even if it's too tight, I'd rather be uncomfortable than see a number on a label that I don't want to see. We put so much value into that number, as if a lifeless piece of material is worth more than our self-esteem. As far as fashion choices go, flattering is the only word that matters, as flattering is usually code for "that makes you look thinner." We've all been trained in the art of disguising our problem areas, skimming over our flaws, enhancing our assets, and cloaking the rest. For the record, there's no such thing as problem areas. Bodies are not flawed, and our greatest assets have nothing to do with our outsides, and you'll never hear that from the fashion police. We've all internalized the rules of what people with our body type are allowed to wear. If you're a plus size woman, you'll probably feel like you might explode if you're told another wrap dress is a flattering choice for your figure. And no matter what size or shape you are, we all know that cinching our waists is more important than life itself. Clothing stores the world over echo chants of, "I can't wear that at my size. I'll have to tone up a bit first. Maybe if I had curves in the right places, I'll wear clothes like that once I've lost weight." Why should we have to wait until our bodies are different to feel fabulous in what we choose to wear? Why should we be limited to made up rules and the ridiculous idea that dressing should be about pleasing others before pleasing ourselves? Here's the only fashion rule that you'll ever need to remember. You can wear whatever you want to wear. Even shorts. Yeah, and bright colours. Hell yes. Bold patterns. Yes. Tight dresses, of course. Bikinis. Did you read the first guest essay? Oh yeah, there's bikini bit in the front, in the start bit. But surely not crop tops. Crop all of your tops if that makes you happy. But what if it doesn't suit me? If it makes you happy, it suits you. But what if other people don't like it? You're not dressing for them, you're dressing for you. But what if it's not flattering? Forget everything you've ever been taught about flattering. From now on, whatever makes you feel the most you is what's flattering. And then she talks about how her "I can't wear that" item was always bodycon, because she was convinced that anything tight fitted, she couldn't wear it because she had I was convinced that I could never wear anything tight fitting until I had a flat stomach, rounder ass, perkier breasts, and could buy a size 10 or smaller. Funnily enough, no matter what size I shrank myself down to, I still wouldn't let myself wear it. That's all I'm gonna say on bodies. If you wanna start a conversation down in the comments, please do. I would love to start a conversation about this because times need to change, people need to change, something needs to massively happen because this world is just awful. Number 3. We're already on number 3. It's like 15 minutes into the video, my God. Number 3 is gentle movement. This can be anything from taking extra breaths, like a light stretch. I've started doing stretches in the morning, which is so nice. Obviously I'm all alone in my bed, so it's easy, but like I'll stretch like fully out. I have to go diagonal because there's not enough room, but like I'll stretch fully out and then I'll pull my knees into my chest and I'll move around a bit, then if you search like bed stretching videos, you'll find something, but it just makes me feel so, when I get up, one of the things I love about morning stretches is it makes me feel connected with my body, like I'm listening to it. I started it because when I was swimming, I felt like my lower back was really tight and I couldn't really move properly. So pulling my knees into my chest and just like just stretching it out a bit has helped so much with that, and therefore I feel like I can get more out of my day because I do that. We're so faced all the time with these boot camps and these HIIT exercises and sweating and pain no gain and all this like really aggressive lingo around movement, and therefore it can make us rebel and be like, well, I don't want to feel like that, or I'm not comfortable with that, or I'm not fit enough for that, or I'm not whatever. And this gentle movement is just allowing us to connect with our bodies and just feel like we're listening to them, that we're just feeling more whole. Gentle movement can be anything to your own ability. So whether that's getting outside for a walk, a jog, whatever, getting outside, feeling the breeze on your face, looking at things you don't normally see from day to day because we're always walking, looking at our phones or connected to our phones. Getting away from our phones is something that is so positive for me in order to like feel better about myself. Whether you put on some music and just do some like whatever it is, whether you do some yoga on your mat in your room, whatever, or even on the carpet, whatever, just to have some breaths, have some time away to just calm. That's a good word. Number 4. Was this number 4? Number 4. Touch and massage and connection. So most of us feel so disconnected from our bodies because we're taught that they are wrong for so many different reasons. I kind of learned about this from this book again. For instance, the main issue for most of us is our stomachs, our bellies, our tummy. And there's a bit, oh, I just had the page, I lost it. My belly was always my worst enemy. I've hated it at every age, every size, in every way you can hate something. I never thought that I could be happy without washboard abs, but it turns out that I was wrong. These days, my soft, squishy stomach is one of my favourite physical features, and I'm going to teach you how to love your tummy too. No crunches required. Throughout this book, you'll find these belly love tips. Read them, practice them, write them on sticky notes, put them around the house. It's time you made peace with your beautiful belly. Touch. Change the way you touch your tummy. No more pulling, poking, punching, or roughly squeezing. If like you tugged hard enough, it might just come off in your hands. Stop. Stop teaching your stomach like it isn't even part of you. It's a wonderful part of you. Try touching it gently. Try to feel its pressures without a million thoughts about how it should be feeling, clouding your mind. Imagine how inviting that softness is for your head to lie in, or your hand to caress. How comforting, how uniquely you. Stop hurting yourself and start exploring your body with kindness instead. I remember the first time I tried that, I was standing up in my kitchen at my old flat and I put my hands on my tummy and I literally cried. It's such a weird feeling. Like, why have we been taught to feel so disconnected from our bodies? Try it now. I mean, you may have already done it, but just sit here. I do try. I'm not very good at this still. I will say that. I'm still not very good at this because I do forget. I forget to do it. I forget to just touch. You can't see. It's below the camera. I'm doing it. As I said earlier, feeling this way is not your fault. So touch. I also saw something a little while ago that said on YouTube, I haven't actually looked this up yet, but there's like self-love massages of like massages you can do for yourself. So you don't need to have someone there to do it for you because that might be cringe or awkward or whatever, but like obviously maybe get like a mouth massage oil or I was going to say lubricant then, too far. That like a moisturizer, and like really like feel yourself touching your skin and realize that it's not as bad as you think it is, because I think we all have built ourselves up in our heads to be this monster that we're just not. We're just not that monster that we envisage ourselves to be. If you watched my self-care video, I'm also talking about number 5. If you know what that means, then good on you. So number 5 was making yourself feel good in that way. I'm not going to say too much on it because I don't want this video to get struck off. So what makes you feel good in like a sexual way? Because connecting with ourselves in that way as well can make us feel so much more connected and feel kinder and feeling less stressed and all these things. So go and watch my self-care video if you haven't already. I'll put a card here. But yeah, touch. Get to know how you like to be touched, where you like to be touched. Feel your body, and it's just get used to touching yourself in whatever way you want to take that. Number five. These are kind of pretty much quite obvious ones, I think, but sleep. It's kind to get an early night. It's kind to put yourself first and think, right, I'm going to turn off all my electronics at this time. I'm going to have half an hour maybe reading or I mean, yes, this is in an ideal world. Some of you might be like, I've got 18 kids and I can't do that. Well, we all can set aside certain amounts, even if it's a 5-minute pocket of time for yourself. We all have the ability to do that. For instance, I've bought like a essential oil diffuser, and it's so nice. I've got some like lavender oil, and I put it in at night, and I slept through all my, this isn't part of the tips, but I slept through all my alarms today, which was actually awful. Well, no, I only woke up at 8, so it was fine, but I was like, I wanted to get up early and go for a swim. That didn't happen, but my body probably needed sleep because I've been like 4 times this week, so okay, I'll allow myself a timeout. What looks good to you? How can you have a bit of time away from this blue light on our phones? Oh sugar, it's midday. How can you feel better? And how can you feel the most relaxed going to bed? Is it breathing techniques? Is it stretching at night? Is it reading? Is it listening to music? Whatever makes you feel like you can chill out and relax, whether it's just breathing, some meditation. There are so many countless things that you can just make you feel calmer and nicer, and therefore you'll get a better sleep. And think about your stresses that you deal with during the day. Is there anything that you can change? Do you hate your job? You know, do you hate your partner? Do you hate what in your life is stressing you out? You do not have to put up with the things in your life that you stress about and you hate, because there is always a better life away from these stresses. Not everything that we have in our lives is for us. Not every person that we have in our lives is for us. Putting yourself first will make yourself kinder, will make you kinder to yourself because you're valuing yourself. We have been taught from such a young age to value others, to care for others, but what about caring for ourselves? What about realizing that, you know, you're in a relationship that isn't for you anymore, you're in a job that isn't for you, and taking that initiative to be like, you know what, I am worth more than this. I have life is short. We are not here long enough to be putting up with things that are not serving us in a good way. If you have any more that you want to add to, I feel like I've missed stuff out, but I think number one is just listening and just thinking, right, what can I do today for myself that's going to be good? Simple as that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Educate yourself as well. Like, start following people. Look at who I follow on Instagram and follow some of those people, because I'm going to put some people below, because remember, you are something special. Is that what this says? Yeah, it is, isn't it? You are something special. So that's enough from today. I'm going to end on some nice sunshine. Let's get some... One last thing. You may have heard about love languages, about in a relationship and having the same love languages as your partner. Well, we also have love languages with ourselves. What are your love languages that make you feel good? Is it words of affirmation, like, you know, you look great today, I like what you did with your hair? Can you see I did my hair? Is it touch? Is it buying yourself something? Is it what, like, look up? I did actually write some down, but I can't remember what they were. That didn't make sense. I think I'm all of them. I think I'm all of the love languages. Is that a thing? Like buying myself gifts, spending time with myself, touching myself, all these. I think I'm all of them basically, because I'm a needy bitch. Believe that the love you give is also the love that you deserve. There will still be hard days. Like, you'll have a good day and then you'll have a bad day, but that's just life. It comes in ups and downs. It's not just a flick switch that's flicked and you're like, I'm healed, I'm better, I'm this, I'm that. We're all gonna have up and down days, as we all do, because we are human. You are human, you are deserving of love, and I'm here to spread the information and the whatever. Shut up, Lauren, you've been talking for long enough now. So the last thing I'm going to end on, which is something I constantly say at the end of videos, is think to yourself, what is the most loving choice I can make for myself today? What is the best thing I can do for myself within my capabilities? Is it taking 5 minutes out to read? Is it doing this? Is it doing that? What is the best thing I can do for myself today? And knowing that whatever that is, you deserve it, and try and make time for it. So my new catchphrase is, remember that life is for living and loving. Is that stupid? I feel like that's a good one. I actually wrote it in a comment to somebody. Life is for living and for loving, because it's true. How many of us don't actually live? Ah, that's for another video. Okay, I love you. Thank you for watching. Mwah, 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 mwah. If you'd like to support me because I'm poor, I'm joking. If you'd like to support me and buy me a coffee, there's a link below. And I love you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. See you next week. Bye. Mwah.